Hello everyone. The topic I chose is the ancient Egypt. I really think this is a very exciting topic. The way they built the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid in Giza. Its highly complex design is something that really leaves you shocked when you hear about all the elements they had to take into account in order to carry out this monumental task. And we see that there was nothing at random. It is almost scary to see the level of accuracy in the design. For example, the way those enormous blocks were transported and how they fit into each other. We see that there's something missing. I think that's where we start to question the way the pyramids were built. Well, okay, we can grant them the feat to have lifted up those enormous blocks. But if we deepen into the whole process, as we watched in the video, we see that ancient Egyptians had a very advanced knowledge in mathematics and astrology. As well, they employed very sophisticated tools. And even some facts point out that they already knew the meter thousands of years before the actual year we know the meter was discovered in. And it is no coincidence that the pyramids are aligned with the stars. This tells us that every single thing plays a very specific role. And it would be very hard, even with the current scientific knowledge and technologies, to carry out something like this with the available methods that we have today. And in the video there are experts of several fields with contrasting opinions. For example, on one hand we have the Egyptologists who talk about the magnificent monuments Egyptians raised. How hard it would have been for them to carry out something like this. But then they failed to offer us an explanation about the methods used back then. On the other, we have the architects who talk about the technical problems they could have faced back then and try to offer us an explanation about these methods. But well, they didn't seem satisfied when they tried some experiments. And the final conclusion is that it would be very hard but impossible to carry something like this out. And finally, we have the engineers. They explain that they should have employed very sophisticated tools. For example, in the video, it is mentioned the face of a statue, its high precision, the face. They explain that such precision cannot be achieved only with the work of a craftsman. It is the kind of job only a machine can do. Say a robotic arm. Nowadays, we use them in tasks that human beings cannot perform, given the high precision degree required. So these facts make us think about how could ancient Egyptians have developed such advanced technologies thousands of years ago, when the rest of humankind was still wandering around the world, carrying a very primitive lifestyle. In my opinion, I think ancient Egyptians could not have built the pyramids by themselves. They had help, but from whom? That is a question. When we see the pyramids and other monuments around the world, and how these things are perfectly aligned with the stars, we can see them as a kind of map for navigation. That leads us to think about the presence of advanced life forms in our planet. I know this sounds crazy, but I think this is the only hypothesis that satisfies all the elements involved in the construction of the pyramids. Well, it would be great if this theory could be proved, but it is something I find hardly possible. So, I think the only thing we can do is to speculate about this very interesting part of our history.